What's up, YouTube? Today, I have a living legend in front of me. Look who it is. I mean, this is an iconic interview, guys. Like, this is probably one of my favorite wrestlers of all time. He's surrounded by legends because he is one himself, and he's going to be a bound for glory. This is Matt Cardona. What's up, man?
What an intro. I appreciate it. Thanks a lot.
Of course, of course. So I'm going to go ahead and jump into it. You've done a lot in your wrestling career. You have climbed 12-foot tall ladders to reach your dreams. You've rubbed elbows with Hugh Jackman. You represented the United States. But coming up very soon, you're going to be on one of pro wrestling's biggest stages, bound for glory. So what does it mean for someone who's done so much in a wrestling career to now be on one of the also biggest stages in the business?
I love that, 18 years into the business, I'm still having firsts. And this is my first bound for glory. And I'm very, very excited. And hopefully it leads to my first ever Impact World Championship.
So what does it mean for someone like you to actually win the Impact World Championship? Because I know currently it's being held by Christian, and I know you guys have had your little tussles before.
Yeah, I would love to beat Christian for the title, but honestly, whoever has the title, my sights are set on them. I came to Impact about a year ago, and I've been patiently waiting. Whatever has been given to me, I've taken it and made the best of it. I've had some killer matches, a lot of fun, beating up Brian Myers or teaming with Chelsea Green. But now it's my time, and it's my time to get that Impact World title, because I've done all there is to do in Impact, in my opinion. I'm not here to be a tag team wrestler. I'm not, I can't flip and fly like the X Division. It's time for me to be the world champion, and I'm going to do whatever it takes to get that title.
Well, as you say, you're always ready. So how are you going to prepare for a match like the Call Your Gauntlet match?
Well, that's the thing. It's like, you got to be ready for everyone who's in the match. And I can't guarantee this, but I have to assume there's some surprises in there. So you don't know who's coming out. I don't know what number I'm going to be. Honestly, I've never been to one of these. I don't really know the rules. So I just have to hope for the best. But like you said, I'm always ready, baby, for any situation.
That's fair, because it is your first Bound for Glory. So talking about the event itself, I know you debuted in pro wrestling back in 2004, but Bound for Glory has been around since around 2006. What's been your favorite Bound for Glory moment?
Oh man, what about the one that didn't happen when it was almost Jeff Jarrett versus Hogan? When Jarrett couldn't get Hogan signed? What about that? He went to Japan, hit him with the guitar, and then Hogan had a hurt knee. That was supposed to be for a Bound for Glory, maybe the first Bound for Glory, and then it didn't end up happening. But what's so great about Impact is that there's so much history, right? And with the app, people can watch everything, and there's so much content now with the digital media championship. There's going to be even more content. And I think the fans who have been sleeping on Impact need to wake up, because Impact is on the up and up.
Yeah, definitely. So getting into the business, were you ever someone else watching a lot of TNA, while you're wrestling or while you're just a fan?
Yeah. So when Impact first came around, I was collecting their figures, so I was watching TNA. I remember when I was in Deep South Wrestling, the WWE developmental, Brian Myers and I would order the pay-per-views. Everybody would come over and watch. So it was a lot of fun. I remember when guys like Christian went over and became top guys. So it'd be super cool to beat Christian for that title, because Christian went to Impact for his opportunity. I went to Impact for mine. So it'd be only fitting to wrestle for that title and win it from him.
You mentioned that you also used to collect the TNA action figures. Now it's my next question. So what TNA action figures do you have in that massive collection of yours?
Oh man. So right now I don't have that many. I sold them all off a long time ago, but those original TNA figures are very, very underrated. Yeah. I still have the Jeff Jarrett in my collection with the first one that has the NWA title and the breakable guitar. I got the Abyss with the chain. But there's so many good ones, man. There's the Bobby Roode with the flag, a lot of good ones. So man, I know Brian Myers just went back and got all of them. Maybe I did too. I'm not sure. Maybe I'll think about it.
Did you have a favorite one out of all the ones like you just said?
I think I actually have this one still. It's the Christian, where he's got the entrance, the shirt with the hood and the pants. Oh, wow. And what he's wearing underneath is the gear, the white and gold gear where he won the Impact title. Yep. And that's also the gear he wore at WrestleMania 20. And I have gear based off that, and I may have some new gear based off that. Just, I'm always ready. So what if I wrestle Christian? I want to wear that gear. So that's all I'm saying right now.
Hey, fair enough.
Got a little inside scoop.
Little scoop. Yeah. So to go into that, so if Impact Wrestling, let's just fantasize for a second, if they came out with a line of action figures, and let's say you're on that lineup, what kind of gear would you want to have your action figure be for Impact Wrestling?
Oh man, so the gear that I wore against Brian Myers when we had that pay-per-view match. I say toyetic a lot. It's very toyetic. It's whether you've seen Impact Wrestling or Matt Cardona never saw wrestling at all. If you walked down that toy aisle, you saw me in that gear. It was like all splatter paint, had like dinosaur bone spikes coming out of it. A kid would want that. So I would definitely get that as my gear for my Impact figure, for sure.
Of course. So like when it comes to you joining Impact Wrestling, what's the story behind that? Like how did you get to this point where you leave one company and now you're in Impact Wrestling? Like why was the decision for you to come to join Impact Wrestling?
Yeah, so I mean, full disclosure, everybody went to Impact for Slammiversary last year. Yeah. And I didn't want to just be everybody. I didn't want to just be another guy. I mean, who went? It was the Good Brothers went. Heath, Brian Myers, EC3, Eric Young. It's like, I don't want to be just another guy. Yeah, I knew that. So I chose not to go then. And there were some discussions that never really panned out. And then one day I was doing arms at the gym and I got a text saying, can you be the pay-per-view tomorrow? And I just responded, always ready. And I showed up. I didn't really know what I was doing. I had a match on pay-per-view and the rest is history. And it's been a great experience ever since.
Yeah, while Impact Wrestling has been around since like 2002, it still has a really young roster. So like who's on the roster right now that you see as a future world champion or someone that you want to stand across the ring from?
Yeah, so I even like look at Josh Alexander. I think he's really grown in the past year. A year ago, he's a tag team guy. You know, this past year's been killing it with the X Division matches, and now he has an opportunity to be world champion. He definitely has more than potential. He has it. Someone like Ace Austin, Chris Bay are young guys who kill it every single night. I've worked Ace Austin before. He's got it, and I would love to wrestle him more often. We had that pay-per-view match and it was kind of a sprint. I think it was like 5 minutes. I would love to have a real bell to bell, banger with him.
Of course. So I also want to talk about the Digital Media Championship, as you are also the internet champion. You regained that title.
That's right. 2-time, baby.
2-time. When looking at the Digital Media Championship, what's your idea of like how you want to see that championship progress in Impact Wrestling, being that you're a champion of the internet as well?
I think it's a cool concept. I don't quite know all the rules. I don't know if they've been publicly, put out there, but I assume it's only defended like on the internet. I don't know, but I think it's a cool concept because we're all consuming content on our phones, on our computers. So imagine just being like, doing cardio at the gym. Oh, there's a digital media title defense. You get to watch it while you do cardio or something like that. I just think waiting for a flight. Oh, there's a digital media title defense. And I think the expect the unexpected mentality for this title is going to make it very, very entertaining. And also I think challenging. If you have it, you got to be ready too. You got to be just like me. You got to be always ready.
Yeah, you have to be more than always ready because like when you look at some of the matchups, you see like Jordan Grace taking on guys a part of like the male roster. So is there someone like a knockout that you would actually want to step in the ring against as well?
I'll step in the ring with Chelsea Green and it better be a bed-shaped ring. You know what I'm saying?
Nice. Good answer.
There we go.
Well, to wrap it up, I have one last question, right? So you've said on other interviews before that you're the Goldberg of certain organizations when it comes to being a deathmatch king. So who is Matt Cardona when he comes to being in Impact Wrestling?
It's funny because, I've never been in Impact until this past year, but I feel like Impact, the story of Impact, the history of Impact, and the story and history of Matt Cardona kind of, go hand in hand. There's been well-documented highs and lows. Highs of highs, lows of lows, but I feel like in 2021 we're both on the up and up, and 2022 is right around the corner. And what better way to really like meet than have me always ready, Matt Cardona, as the Impact World Champion. I could be the face of the company. I'm telling you right now, there is nobody who could do media calls like me, baby. I'm a professional. I'm always ready. I would carry that title with such prestige. I'd wear a suit to work. You know what I'm saying? I would do it all, baby. I'd bring it everywhere. I'd bring it, to my live podcast shows. I'd make foam titles. Imagine little kids in the Impact Zone with some foam Impact titles. Maybe I'd alter a purple strap, maybe some custom nameplates. But I think if Impact, and listen, Scott D'Amore knows what he's doing. He's a good businessman. But I think he needs to put the strap and the rocket on Matt Cardona because, I really think that me as the champion would be so much fun for me. And I think the impact, whether it be the roster having kick-ass matches with me, or the fans seeing some kick-ass matches, or Ross would be he'd love all the merch coming in, all the money from all the merch. We'd have foam belts, maybe some fanny packs with the belt design, some pins. Who knows? You name it, I'll think of it.
Well, it sounds like you're pretty excited to win that world title.
Yeah, baby, I'm pumped.
It happens.
I need to be the champion.
Do you have a prediction for Christian versus Josh Alexander? Because it sounds like you're leaning more towards Josh.
It's a tough one because Josh, he listen, so many times in wrestling you hear, oh, so-and-so deserves the title, right? Yeah, Josh deserves it, sure, but Josh needs it, and that's very important. But people, I think, are already forgetting that Christian was gone for 7 years. He needs this too. He thought his dream was over. He thought his lifelong passion was over, but it's not, and he's back, and he's got that second chance, and I don't think he's gonna let Josh or anybody just take it from him easily.
Fair enough. So I'm guessing you're saying Christian.
My pick is Christian only because I want to wear my Christian inspired gear and beat him for the title.
I like that.
There you go.
Well, where can they find you on social media if they already aren't following you already?
Oh my God, I'm all over the place. At the Matt Cardona or at Major WF Pod, the Major Wrestling Career Podcast. Man, I have so much stuff to plug. We can have another interview, just all the stuff I can plug. So those things are enough.
Awesome. Well, guys, that was an interview with Matt Cardona. I want to say personally to you that, one, you have been one of my favorite wrestlers since I was like 11. I'm 20.
Oh, thanks, dude.
Now. Like, absolutely had the wig, had everything on.
All right.
It was a vibe. So thank you for your time. I really do appreciate it. And I'm sure everyone watching this definitely is a big fan of, or a major mark of, Matt Cardona.
I love that. Thank you very much. Thanks for throwing in that intellectual property. I like that. Thank you so much.
We going up like 1,000. I'm a flex just like a muscle man Malcolm. We going up like 1,000. I'm a flex just like a muscle man Malcolm. When it just like 1, 2, 3. If you like the channel, this will squeeze. If you like the channel, this will squeeze. If you like the channel, this will squeeze.